Nice.
Is on, audio 2 is on, and the
Jeff, I
screens
love that
are
you
good.
shaved your beard, by the way.
Davian, the
Thank you.
floor is yours. Take us away.
You're really
Wait,
enveloping
Damien.
the rant.
Before I must take this. My daughter's bus driver said I look younger.
Excuse
You
me.
do look younger. Yeah.
She's 47.
You should have just rocked the Ren stash.
Oh. Look,
No,
Half
he's got to
you're
grow
almost
out to
there.
that.
Yeah,
give it some time. Give it some time, okay? No guarantees until this winter, but it's happening.
I told my girlfriend, I was like, I think I'm gonna do that, and she was like, no.
No, don't do it.
And that was that.
No.
That was the end of it.
That was the
My
end.
wife loves it, but she might also love it as like a no other woman is gonna be into you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it might be like a protection. She's like, "Oh, I love
like,
that stupid, creepy child molester mustache. You should
I don't mind
totally,
those extra 30 pounds you put on.
yeah, keep eating, keep
Let's
eating."
get going. All right. Andy's about to burst. Let's rein it in with a
Yeah,
recap.
let's go.
Recap.
I just want to play because I can't be up until 12:30.
You guys found yourself, yeah, and you had made your way into Nedregard Keep. Made your way up into the main spire. Traveled through a few rooms. Found one with stained glass windows broken. You were able to look out, see that this is the last. That floor was the last floor with any windows that you can see. You sent Memnock up to look around, I think, and didn't see anything of note really. You went up, had a few encounters, ran into these forlorn, armored, these knights, these undead knights. Had a battle with them, and then came upon four sorrowful elven women uh, who turned out to be more than what they seemed. After dealing with their terrible wail, decided to go back down to that room with the broken windows, I believe, and rest. As you began your rest, you could see the sun starting to set, as you guys had gotten there in the morning originally. So that is where we're at. You're in your bubble. You can see out. As the night kind of sets in, the mood changes. Um, you hear the sound of and see bats flying around. You hear neighing of some horse of some sort start to kind of echo through the, up to the window. It's hard to pinpoint from where exactly, but um, it's almost as if at night, I mean, it comes alive a little bit. Um, Throughout your rest, you see a procession of knights patrol up and down. They seem to notice you, but don't seem to notice the bubble, but they don't seem to change their routine too much apart from noticing you. They walk with like a downtrodden shuffle. You can clearly make out that these are all different knights. I mean, these aren't just, there's a little bit of skin here and there, or their armor's different. They seem to be kind of unique. You count 9 total.
Do they
Uh,
seem undead?
oh yeah, yeah. They remind you a
Okay.
lot of the ones that you fought before.
Okay.
Um,
Do I suspect that they are also townsfolk?
they don't look like townsfolk. They
Okay.
look like they're yeah.
That's
See,
what
like
I'm
part of their
thinking.
armor is like attached to one of their bones. It had been there so long. Like, it's clear that these guys and the way they fought were extremely skilled. Um, but you see that their head is down. As the night progresses, I'm assuming you have watches, but as the night progresses, about midnight, um, you begin to hear it. It's familiar, that sound, that elven singing that you heard. Um, and they begin to get louder and louder, and it clearly coming from up the stairs, up the spire.
I'll tap Bungo awake. Hey. Can you
Oh,
play
it
that?
woke everybody. It broke everybody
Okay.
up the first time that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
heard it at midnight. Like
Play
it,
that. Play that song. The counter thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do a little something on the mandolin to counter charm.
While he does that, he might notice that I'm also like I've lined my foot up with his boot. You know, I'm just trying to gauge their difference.
so for 3 hours,
Yeah.
you hear the elven, female elven kind of voices, sorrowful. They get louder and louder, but it gets to a place where it kind of levels off, and they sing of Soth's terrible sins. They speak of his betrayals and his murders and his affairs and his, you know, and they basically are singing of his failures and all of his sins. After about 3 hours, the singing slowly fades away.
I'll try to note down most of those lyrics in case they might make like for good jokes later on.
Okay. Um, can somebody roll me a D10?
I got you. 6.
So at the end of your guys, as the spell wears off, I think is it last 8 hours?
Mm-hmm.
So your
What?
long rest and that spell end about at the same time. So as that, you know, spell ends and you guys are all getting around, you see that it's still a little dark out. You know, even though it's, well, I guess it's probably like 4 o'clock in the morning, actually, because I mean it just set in. So yeah, so it's still dark. Though the moon has basically set, so it's definitely dark. As it ends, though, it there doesn't appear to be any knights or anything waiting for you. You did see some pass all night, and you know that they're just kind of walking in patrols up and down the spire. But at that moment, when your rest ends, there's nothing.
And we do get a long rest?
Hmm.
Just one.
Well, I'm not usually one for blatant violence, but might it make a little sense if we wait around and just murder 3 knights at a time for a little bit?
We don't know that they're a threat necessarily.
Yeah. Maybe if we
I
don't,
mean,
maybe if we're not a
they're-
threat to them, they won't attack us.
and that's fair.
The last one attacked us.
I would normally agree with that. I'm just saying that they are covering our current get the fuck out of Dodge trail until we get a new get the fuck out of Dodge trail. So, I mean, and also it becomes a fight on our terms. We can set the stage. We can lay it out however we want. I'm fairly certain with a little bit of pre-planning, we could take out 3 dead knights or undead knights. I don't know. I mean,
Did they?
but also,
Did their? Sorry. DM question. Did their patrol seem to have stopped? Like based on roughly when they had been coming through,
No, you think, like, you have no reason not to suspect that you know, in however long, an hour or two, there should
they
be
wouldn't
another
could just come right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Why not?
I'm not normally one for pulling the knife that quick, but they're already dead. We have to just make them dead again,
Yeah.
and we could do it on our own terms.
Well, we don't have any sense that they're hostile, though. Do we?
They're dead.
They're
Well,
undead. There's
Yes, they're undead.
specifics.
Yes, sorry. She's
And they
right.
were quite formidable last time. It would have to be very specific on what trap we're sending. It'd have to be like 2 fireballs. We don't have that.
I mean, Ren makes a good point though. If we don't take care of them and then we go fight him, and they come behind us, that's
And, I mean, there's
That's not
also the
great.
chance that they won't escalate for one reason or another. Or if we could throw some subterfuge or some sort of, I don't know, darkness in their area so they can't see. if they can't see us, then they can't hit us. Get away strategy.
It's a risk either way.
I'm down with all of this. I don't want to push us into unneeded violence because I believe as soon as we find egress into this, we're gonna have to do violence. So I don't mean to say we should necessarily waste our strength and energy on something like this. I'm just saying it might be a good warm up. Do a little practice. This one's really nice because we know the playing field. We can lay it out and we can try a few strategies.
So
Come
we
on.
put it
What's
to
the
a vote.
alternative?
Well, the
what's
alternative is we just head in there. I think if we seal the door behind us in a way that doesn't look like we made passage, then these roaming troops will probably just ignore us. That's fine too. We could just head in. I just thought that maybe it might make sense to sharpen the axe every now and then.
I have an idea. Bungo, is your dome, is it concentration? Does it require your concentration?
No, just when I'm setting it up.
Well, if we go through whatever door we're going through, and then you put up the bubble in the doorway, nothing can get through, right? For 8 hours? We can.
We
Weird.
could.
I mean, if they're ghosts, were they ghosts or were they like
Wouldn't matter.
corporal?
Wouldn't
I mean,
matter.
because they go through a
They didn't
wall.
feel ghostly the first time when they were stabbing us.
I like where Bones is going. We could set this up as a just in case, and
So the
some of our more confident folks could just jump out anytime they want, take a few swings, jump back in.
So
That too, or I meant more just like using it as a way to barricade a door, but still allow us to retreat
So
through it.
the caster has to stay in the area. It ends
Yeah.
if he leaves the area.
Oh, you're right.
The area being whatever,
Yeah.
I think DM's discretion, but like 30,
Okay.
60 feet.
The area is a 10-foot radius, so 20 foot.
It could
Okay.
still work if
Well, the
he
dome, the
stayed
dome's
in
a,
there.
Yeah, so if you leave the dome, it ends. That's the
Yeah.
way a 10-foot radius immobile dome of force springs into existence around you and above you and remains
says
stationary
its
for the
area.
duration. The spell ends if you leave its area. So
yeah,
Yeah, that
I
makes sense.
misread the word it's. I read it as the area and not its area. You're absolutely right.
oh,
Mm.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
I
range
leave
is
the
the
dome.
range itself, so also is another.
yeah.
I could
Okay.
sit in the dome and play cards while you guys go.
And technically it's spherical if we're ever underwater, I guess. I don't know. I've never seen it come up.
So
Okay. Well, good thought.
yeah, so the option seems to be lay some sort of ambush for these undead knights who we don't know what their disposition is. Press forward, kill some banshees because we know that they're no friends of ours. And or door number 3, press forward and see what fresh hell awaits us.
Well, the Banshees were ahead of us.
Right, and if they're back, then we'll have to deal with their surprise singing again.
Not so surprising this time.
Well, nothing happened until we touched them, right? So if we
Anyone
just
have silence?
ignored them and went through.
Does he have that spell that can quiet an area?
No.
That would be very apropos.
I generally find that like if we kill something, like if we slit its throat, then it's silent. Sometimes it makes duck noises though. You know what I'm saying? When it goes like
But they do be like that.
It's usually the spurting that gets me.
So if we're
not
like,
a big fan of it either.
if we're collecting opinions, my vote would be not to fight the knights just because I'm worried it's unnecessary. But like whatever everyone else decides to do, that's my vote. But I'm with you to the end, guys.
I think I agree. I think we just go.
You guys are going up the.
Gideon, Alana, Ren.
But my only fear with the Brent's plan, and it has a lot of good points. My only fear is if one of these get a hold of one of our, Bungo or Bones, and then we're right back where we started. And
That's totally fair. It is a risk, and it's probably not a risk worth taking. I will accept when I've been wrong and outvoted.
I don't
And you
think
know
you're
what?
wrong, Ren.
I
I think
apologize.
that,
No, I know I'm not wrong, but I do apologize anyway, and we can keep going.
all right.
I
I say
support
we
all of you, even though I was right.
Okay, so we're in the room with the glass windows and whatnot, and we're going up a set of stairs, or we're going.
Yeah, so you guys are heading back. Yeah, is that what you guys
Yeah, I
want to
think
decide?
we're pushing forward.
heading back, and we're gonna just go through the room.
Yep. So as you come up,
Yep.
you'll come up to the room where there was like a hallway. Open the door. There was the two like reading rooms that were there, but that's where you ran into the knights. When you get up there, there's no knights there. Actually, the ones that you, good question. Actually, no, they'd be gone. So the bodies are gone for sure. So yes, but they're not standing there guarding. You don't hear that singing as you kind of creep the door open to the other room where the elven women were. But you don't see anything. You just see the stairs going up like they have been and spiraling up on the far side of the room.
Be
Good.
careful on these stairs. They're
Hey,
perfect target. They're perfectly lined up.
As you guys make your way up the stairs, quietly and such, as you get up, you see that this is the first door you've gotten to that is broken off. You can see the hinges still on of these giant, big oak and iron-bounded doors you've become accustomed to in this um, very defensible and hardy keep that you're in. But the door is complete, like you don't even see splinters of it. You can tell that it was hinged at one point. It's still holding like ripped and rotting pieces of wood. Um, the wooden floor of this room is gouged and splintered, as if giant claws had rended across it. There's long scorch marks that have seared the walls and ceiling.
Mm.
On a dais between you and on the far side of this room, the circular room, um, you see the stairs going up again. Like this is just one giant room um, that takes up the whole floor. On a dais between you and the stairs, you see a statue of a dragon. It's very kind of uh, it's more skinny and like lean as a dragon. As you think of these big meaty dragons, the pictures you guys have seen, like the drawings and stuff. Um, but from nose to tail, it's only about 10 feet long. It seems to have been wrought of silver, but it's definitely tarnished and it's mottled with blacks and purples of most likely mold and the like. Yeah, that's what you see.
Mm.
Hmm.
If I think back to when we saw, sorry, I'm trying to get his name, Ariel or Ariel, I forget how you say it. His right hand man. When we saw him on the road, did the claw marks in the floor look something like what his might?
I'm sorry, what claws are you talking
Ezreal?
about?
Um,
Oh,
yes,
they're bigger. Even though he had huge
bigger.
paws, but
Okay,
yeah, these are giant, like a giant creature. Whereas his were impressive, like they become,
but not like
but not like that, not like an actual
enormous.
large
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
size creature.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna fellas, let's give me 1 second, and I use detect magic. I
Mm.
concentrate to see. I have a hunch about the statue, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to see if it lights up
Terrible.
for me.
I gotta look at this. detect magic.
I almost did the same thing. I'm glad you did. I didn't use the spell slot.
One of us.
Yeah, like I say, we're both pretty tight on them, so.
Be honest, so I'm.
So actually, so you,
Hmm.
as you cast your spell and start to sense the vibrations and at first there's nothing, but then there's a hollow kind of feeling as there's a faint glow coming within the statue. So you can see it does go through up to 1 inch of common metal, and so there's something magical inside the statue.
Ooh.
I also message one of you. I like to do that because then I don't have to tell you who I messaged, but also
I know,
everybody's like
but everyone's
everybody.
checking. Yeah.
Everyone's looking at the same time. Is it me?
So okay. This is weird.
What?
I've never had it work like this before, but it's like the magical thing is beyond the metal of the statue on the inside.
Like there's
And,
something in it?
and like the magical thing is in it, and then I heard. Remember the last time with the woman that was torn apart, and I heard a voice in my head. That's happening again, actually.
What's it saying?
Free me.
So there's a thing trapped.
This is great news. I mean, some of that metal could be scrapped.
Is it?
You can make a pretty penny off that.
Does it feel like
I know a
it's
guy
coming?
with a card.
What's the vibe? Is it like a? Was that like a?
Did it say what type of magic was in there, Damien? Because
Yeah.
I can't flavor that.
So there is abjuration, evocation, enchantment, alteration. It's just a kaleidoscope
Couple.
of colors rippling
In just the statue,
within the stat. Yeah, that's
and
the
there's
only thing that you.
nothing else in the room is doing.
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm awkwardly staring at the statue again. I'm like, you're not gonna believe this. Every magical type is involved in the statue right now. It's like this pearlescent. You know, you look at a pearl, it's got all the different colors that kind of swirl on it. That's what the magic is doing in that.
I'm gonna back up away from this thing to the other side of the room just to get a clear impression.
It's a bomb. I thought she was the bomb.
How far away? Like, because we're all standing in the doorway, right? Like, how do we have
you guys
to?
are
Do we have to
basically
get
saying- so,
close to this?
So no, it is about 40 foot to the statue. It's probably about 80 foot across this whole room. So no, in theory, I mean, you could walk around the statue.
The statue's
So
right in the middle of the room.
I would have had to have walked 10 feet into the room to see it then.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah,
it's
and
like
nothing.
magic is 30 feet.
Gotcha.
I guess-
Nothing seemed to happen when you walked in.
I don't know if someone might be better at this than me, but we could go investigate the statue, see if there is a way to open it or anything.
I
Perhaps
get what you're saying, and I'll help.
you could see what type of metal it is as well, because if there's no opening mechanism, we might just be able
Ren,
to
why
open
don't-
it up with
Why don't
force.
you take a
Yeah.
crack at it, Ren?
Why don't I take a look? All right, I'm gonna slow step it, and I'm gonna make it look like there's a lot more skill than there is. So like I'm gonna start walking real slow with Bungo behind me, and I just keep waiting, like step. Shh.
I'm gonna.
Touch the ground.
You know, we're gonna listen. Yeah. I'm gonna taste shit. I'm gonna feel myself. I'm gonna like pick my ear, like everything.
Yeah, you're like, excuse you. It's like what? And then he farts after like you smelt it before he.
Yes,
This guy sees
exactly like
everything.
everything. And then
How close are
naturally
you
I'm gonna
getting to it?
do. So I want to get into the, let's say, 15-foot range, and I definitely want to be looking for traps.
You don't notice any traps. You're high perception. I mean, notice anything. As you get
And then
closer, you
I'm
see
gonna
the
get real
metal
close
is
to it.
silver. It is actually
Silver.
made of silver, but it
Made of
is like
silver.
old and like mottled and kind of mildewy and like tarnished. Um,
I'm
And
gonna.
there's magic inside it, like an eclair, right?
An
yeah.
eclair.
Like, what? What?
Whack it
Oh.
and see all the candy that comes out.
Alana,
It's a pinata. Yeah.
you're gonna free me, right?
Mm,
Fuck.
You're in it too.
Free what?
Does it feel like it's coming
The
from
cream on the
stack?
inside.
it it's just that present voice. It's not like it's a directional thing.
All right, look. Let's play it. Let's play it out here mentally. Everyone here, let's think it through. What good versus what bad could happen from us smashing this statue full of magic?
Well, the last one of these we helped, one of us got kind of like a nice little blessing out of it for a day. Then the second time we talked to people, we got blasted with banshees.
So
50-50.
it is 50-50.
You're right. That's what I was afraid of.
So Alana's like stepping and like looking at the floor, and like she's studying the scrapes and where everything is, trying to put together. Is it a trap? Is it something was sealed away in the statue? Like, was it a fight and someone like sealed a dragon, or if it was an attack? And so she's trying to.
Let me get a insight.
Okay.
Special insight beyond my insight.
And beyond the
This one's inside baseball.
Right. It wasn't that great. It's a 9.
You don't think that it doesn't look like you don't see any correlation between the statue and the scratches. They almost look, you don't see any correlation.
Okay. Yeah, sorry guys. I was trying to solve a hunch, but it looks like at least it wasn't like there was a trap dragon that was like sealed away. It looks like there's just unrelated dragon battle in the room.
Did you guys
Alone.
remember anything from the books, like the journal and stuff like that? Was there anything in there about dragons?
That's a great question. Was there anything about
She
dragons?
rode a dragon.
Who wrote a dragon?
His lover.
Your mama.
So is
Kiara.
this
This one.
is
High
the
dragon
one
lord.
that
Kidiara.
kill her at the end?
No,
Like, how-
she died. He killed
died.
his wife.
No, I'm talking about the lady who would fight with him. She rode a dragon.
Yeah, that's Kidiara. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, yeah.
was a dragon, like High Lord. But she rode a blue dragon.
Is this a blue dragon? I don't know what they look like.
Like I say, is there?
It's hard to tell. I guess if you have survival, you can make a roll. 'Cause I think that's like identifying creatures and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I don't know if nature.
Survival or like, yeah, maybe nature.
18.
Do survival.
Better-
I think
better
survival
than
is
my
figuring
15.
out like identifying creatures
19, if that helps.
or natural creatures probably.
Or let me help Mungo.
Bungo got an 18. You got a 19.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So the bard. This looks like you don't. Yeah, this kind of looks like
Dragon.
This looks like a dragon you haven't really heard about. Remember, it's skinnier and longer. It doesn't really fit any description of any of the dragons or anything like that.
Okay.
that you've
So, guys, given what we know from the writings, this could be something completely unrelated. It could be maybe Kidiara in there, or it could be her dragon. If it's either Kidiara or her dragon, will either of them be pissed off to see us if we open it?
I mean,
I don't think so, right? I
I
mean,
wanna
the
open
dragon's
it.
unpredictable, right? We don't know about
I
the
imagine
dragon.
a dragon would probably kill anything it sees.
Yeah. Well, we
Oh.
didn't. We didn't.
Unless
get
it's one
that.
of the ones that isn't chromatic.
That's potentially true.
It could be an ally, or it could be our doom.
But it did speak to me.
All right,
It
that's,
did.
that's good. Plus, so I was just going to ask, does anyone speak Draconic? Although, let's be honest, you know dragons speak every language. You know they can talk to us.
So back to the choice at hand. Again, do we want to try to open it, or do we want to try to pass it by?
I think we open it.
I vote to open it.
Without trying to fully, like, do we like cautiously try to open it, or do
Can
we?
you talk back?
I also,
I don't know that we'll have a chance to come back.
No.
I was-
Can she talk?
I haven't tried.
Like, ask
We
who
talk
it is.
back to it.
Yeah, be like, who are you?
No.
What's your deal? What's your sign?
also, how much can we chip off this silver statue and just pop it into the bag? You know what I'm saying?
That might turn them against us. But we could start our own village if we just took the statue.
I say try and talk to it.
Yeah, let's try to talk to it. If it does come to if we open
Here.
it, if it does come to a fight, let's spread out and get some angles on this thing.
Is there like an open area of the floor that's not destroyed that I could draw like just like a little pentagram magic circle thing? No, it's not actually a spell. Just I want to grab like some chalk and just write a little pentagram circle, something for her to stand in. Yeah.
In a similar vein of his, whatever the fuck that weirdness is there anything like stalagmites or stalactites? Because I don't know the difference that I could hide behind.
There's nothing else in this room. It is bare.
There's no dark
wooden
shadows, nothing.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there's shadows. I'll give you that. Yeah, there's shadows because this place is dimly lit by magical light. And it's almost as if it's like some of it's fading. Sometimes in some rooms it's brighter than others, but there's a dim glow coming from the ceiling, and so yes, there are shadows.
I'm gonna just try to get within a dark shadow where I feel hidden, but also as close to the action as I can be.
Who's gonna talk to it, Alana?
I was gonna actually go up to it and try to do
Gideon,
something.
you heard it too.
I'm gonna just grab your shoulder again and cast protection from evil and good on you.
A tingling. Thank you.
So,
What do you
do I notice that?
I'll cast guidance on her as well.
So after the boys are done touching me, I'm gonna.
I don't touch you. Memnog does.
I'll walk up to the face of it if it's low enough, or how tall is it?
It's probably about 8 foot tall total. That's including the dais, and about 10 foot long.
Okay, but is there a piece like is it like undulate and come down, or however the anatomy?
Yeah,
looks
you could
there?
definitely. Yeah, it's like exactly.
Yeah,
Think of
more
it
like an
kind of-
Asian dragon than it is like a Middle East,
Mm.
medieval one. So
Yep.
I'll go up to the face of it and kind of like hold the side of its face, and I'll try to softly talk to it.
What are you saying?
How do I free you?
You just hear again, free me.
I figured that's what I was gonna do. Shoot. First, no one else is gonna really see me doing this, but I'm going to try and dump 2 points of healing into it with my laying of hands, even though I just have my hands on it, and see if it does anything.
Nothing happened.
Okay, that's what I thought. So it's silver. I don't really, other than hitting it, if I have burning hands, I could try doing. Boys, we think burning hands will melt silver? As I turn back to them.
No. We won't be on there long enough. Even if it's hot.
I think that's
we
more
won't
of
be
like a
exposed to
dwarf.
the heat long enough.
Does anyone know anything about smelting metal?
Metallurgy. Is this thing held in there via like a magic that we could get rid of somehow, or is it like a physical enclosure? So if it's
I could say
physical, then that's a Gideon thing to beat the hell out of it.
The statue, like through her detect magic, the statue wasn't magical. There's something
Inside is.
inside the statue that is magical. There's nothing magical about the statue. And the silver is like weakened and tarnished and old. You guys think that with one of your magic weapons, you could absolutely just, if that, you could smash it open, or
We could smash it open and then break it down into smaller chunks that are more easy to carry and pop them in the bag.
Oh, I'm not carrying
So-
any yet. Save it for
I'm
later.
not talking about you. I'm talking to.
How
members.
about
So, so then let's go to like far reaches of the room. So if this thing blows when we knock it open, we're not all getting hit, with a holy hand grenade here.
I'll
And then we need a volunteer to break it open. Good shoot.
I
all of us
volunteer
simultaneously turn to Gideon.
What about Menda? Can you do it?
I got this javelin.
Try.
I could
Ooh.
throw at it. I
Is it
don't
magical?
think that this is a good idea, but I'm open to testing out this javelin. So
I honestly think this is
Okay.
a great idea. I think it's a great test run for your javelin. And then if the javelin doesn't work, you can just run in a follow up and just glaive the shit out of that. You could halberd this
Okay,
statue. Look at it.
I have
It's
one-
practically art.
I have
But-
one last thing to say before we do this. The last time Alana heard something say "free me," it turned out very well. If something was malicious, it could use that against us, trying to trick us.
Hmm.
Knowing
This
we
will
have
help.
good experience with voices in our heads recently.
All right, but let's take that as you said. Alana, how do you feel about this?
I think we gotta get past the crunchy outside and get to the chocolatey core. Is that the way the treats are these days?
You
How
had
many-
me at
How many throws of the javelin of lightning does it take to get to the center of the dragon statue? So everyone else hold fire when whatever it is comes out until it shows itself to be bad. Okay. Agreed?
I'll
I like
give
that.
it. I'll give it a little bit of a berth, but I'll be closer than everyone else.
Okay. Bungo is
I'm
going to
gonna,
go 60 feet away.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold fire in my little
Wow.
shadowy safe zone.
Gideon, you're throwing the javelin of lightning at it.
yeah,
I think you need a keyword. I think you need an unlock word.
and unlock.
I'm gonna-
As you pulls
Use
it
detect
back,
magic.
and the first time, you go to, and as you do, you just feel this tingle as a little bit of your hair stands on end, and as you pull it back, the lightning starts to wrap around it. And as you fling it forward, by the time it leaves your hand, it's just a bolt of lightning as it smashes into the statue. Silver chunks fly everywhere as you hear a clanking sound hit the ground. Lying on the ground in front of you is this great sword, 10 foot, about probably 8 foot tall. It is ebony hilt with a golden sun pommel. Its blade is meticulous and clean, and it's perfect in every way. You can see it shimmering as it hits the ground and falls.
I
Or the
get a little
javelin.
excited and shoot it with my crossbow, but like, kinda off.
It's like sticks into the
laying,
wood next
laying
to
on
it.
the other side up against the wall, the far wall, back
Whoa.
into its normal form.
All right,
I'm
I'm gonna
I
go
use
pick up my
detect magic.
javelin.
I'm gonna walk up to it.
You're gonna what?
I'm walking up towards like the area,
Okay. Yep.
and I've got a detect magic going.
Well, don't. We
Uh,
already know it's magical.
Yeah,
wanna
you
identify
detect
it?
same strong magic. It's got
Mhm.
multiple schools of magic: alteration, evocation, abjuration. I forgot there's another one as well. Alteration.
It's
as
their
well.
whole rainbow.
Yeah.
Conjuration.
It's
Is it
not. It doesn't have
evocation?
conjuration. It doesn't have necromancy. It doesn't have illusion.
Yeah.
Another one, but
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Transmutation,
touch
probably,
that.
or
I don't want
Uh,
to taint it.
Tunnelingus.
Ah, finally I'm free. Your voice booms through. Who here is worthy to wield me? You there, you carry a dastardly blade. Alana, is it? Yes,
Hi.
I can hear
Yeah.
you speaking. Drop that
Yes.
foul weapon and pick up a true blade.
I don't think you
For
want
I
that.
am Oathmaker.
I like this guy.
If you're too afraid, then you. Blade spins on the ground and points towards Gideon. You ready to cleanse your soul?
No, but I mean,
I need someone who can wield me properly, or at least then carry me. Find me the right warrior's hands. None of you have the
This
metal.
blade's got Riz.
Bungo's just kind of like stretching.
So,
Sorry.
Gideon, do you want to pick this thing
We need
up?
something more than a child's hand.
can I attach it to like my back?
I knew I loved this fucking blade.
You know, it doesn't have a scabbard. You could certainly tie it to your back. I mean, that would be somewhat, yeah. And then you have your glaive in front of you, though it's not, you know, anybody can carry it, but you just gotta remember you're gonna have a sheathless greatsword somewhere.
Yeah.
You know,
See, I
drop
just
it.
To you.
I don't, man.
Come now. Who's going to wield me? And if not, then we'll find the brave soul who can.
I'll pick it up.
Ah,
Man, we can
excellent.
find a brave soul for this guy.
How does my soul look?
It doesn't matter how it looks, it matters how it will look. And with my help and guidance, my friend, your sins and past can be forgiven.
This sword fucks.
Glad I didn't pick that up.
You, Shadow Spawn is humming. Feels warm in your.
It is not happy. I'll tap it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You got that, Bones?
Maybe we
I got it.
maybe we could like wrap Shadow Spawn up with like a nice cool blanket or a fur just to keep
Yes.
Shadow Spawn safe.
Put it under something. Put it under wrapping so we don't have to look upon it.
It's disrespectful.
Isn't it scabbard? What's your name? Oathmaker?
Oathmaker.
Do you have a real name or
A real name.
like
This is
a
the name that was
human
given
name?
by the likes of you. When the first star erupted with its fire, I was born. And I will be there when the last star fizzles out.
Would you like a human name?
I will not take a name from you. You would earn a name with me.
Mm.
Do you have any little cousins?
I wish you have more heart than the rest. But I just don't believe you're have the skill necessary.
Skill.
Well, very well.
How'd you find
shall
your way here,
Allow you to
Oathmaker?
carry me for now. Ah,
I think my
a great
patrons will
question.
like you.
I was put here by Paladine himself. Anybody with religion or history can make a check at disadvantage. Wait a minute. Except for fucking Red, because he has his thing, so it'll be regular. It'll be a regular roll for him.
I do not have proficiency in either.
Damn.
You can still make a roll.
Okay.
My 7 isn't gonna cut it.
Anybody get anything fairly high?
I'm not proficient either.
Okay, you can make a roll if you're not proficient.
Okay.
But
I'll
you're not.
try.
You just won't be able to get as much.
17?
22.
Jesus.
I fucking love this character. This is the
So with
only thing I'm
22,
good at.
I think you would, even unproficient with it, you would know that he speaks. You've heard goodly gods of be called uh, by another name of Paladine. You think that's from a. It's not a commonly worshipped god. You know, there are pantheons of gods. So it seems out of place, but it would make sense since Saw isn't from even your world, right? You guys are meeting
So
here in this dark domain of dread. So it is
I,
some
I
sort of
need an
goodly god.
I need an expanded encyclopedia of what I've currently got, but I can feel like it's in the realm of, and I gotta go up there.
Yeah, he goes quiet, but I'm here, watching, and I will offer my advice when it is needed, when I deem fit.
Okay.
Gods, I wish I had fucking muscles. I would pick you up any day, Oathbreaker. I'm sorry. I
God,
just
that was
couldn't give
strong.
you. God, so strong that. But you know, maybe in another life, Oathbreaker.
Oathmaker.
Okay.
He's not the breaker.
Let's
Oathmaker.
Ren, there
Yes.
there are ways, to be able to wield these things without strength, and I'll hold it like straight out with one arm. Just like,
I'm just gonna adjust and tuck my boner under my waistband.
Perhaps there is a way. If you seem so keen, we could make a deal, a pact. Especially you. Well, I don't know what's your charisma, Ren? Perhaps even you.
perhaps even you.
Stout. Well, he's talking to Bongo. Stout one could be taught. Though we would have to work out a deal. Be more than happy for such an
Okay.
arrangement.
What terms?
Well, you would carry me, and together we would do the work of the goodly, and in return, I could give you gifts.
See, that's the problem. I'm not feeling too goodly nowadays.
As I said
Yeah,
before, though.
yeah. Let's talk about the gifts. What are we talking for
With
gifts
my
here?
help, perhaps. Again, part of our arrangement. I could help with that.
Some of us are a little bit beyond redemption. Put it back in the statue. Let's go to the next room.
Oh, come on. It might be talking about gold or silver. Or even more. Like, what if it could, like...
Get us home? Because that's what I would like.
Oh, that's a good one. See, Gideon's thinking.
With
Maybe
my
a
help,
talking sword could get us
we
home.
could get you home. There's no doubt in my mind.
See? Bungo, pick it
Oathmaker,
up.
we're from a different dimension or world or place of plane of existence in here. Unless you can open portals, I don't think you understand.
Power of Paladine. Anything is possible.
And we would need a full god, actually.
I speak of Paladine.
I don't know this man.
Ah, he's no man. He's the sun. In the sky. Ah, beyond you. We'll find the ones who are worthy to wield me. Forward, then.
I think it's Bungo. Fuck.
Is it Bones or Bungo? Bones picked it up.
Bones has
Bones
still
is-
got it.
Yeah.
Bones, you got it?
Mm,
Bones it is.
Perfect.
for now.
Perfect.
Half
Bones, if you want, I will help you wrap it in something.
I don't want to wrap it. Fucking heck, keep that thing out. You had it shrouded in an inch of shield
Let my
or an inch
glory
of
shine
silver.
upon all.
It's big, and you don't want it swinging back and forth. That's how you cut the back of your legs when you're walking. We got some hiking to do.
Be at the ready.
If we wanted, I could attune to it.
All right, do it.
At the expense of what?
At the expense of
Bring
his
it to Ram.
sanity. Who gives a fuck? Like, this sword has balls. Did you hear the way it was talking?
Like, what item would you have to set? Would you set down?
By the ring of the ram.
Wouldn't it be funny if Bungo attuned to it and like made him a bigger hero type person? Like, it just seems like it has that much testicular fortitude in this thing.
I do like that. That's not a bad idea, love.
Yeah, it's too burn it.
At the same time, I am a firm believer of finders keepers. And Bones
I didn't find
is the one who. Shut the fuck up, Bones.
Hey,
Bones is the one that's doing it.
yeah. Hey, listen. If you're not gonna use it, we got to do whatever we can do to get out of here, Bungo.
I feel like we should use it.
You're damn right we should. And if I wasn't so badass with this pole arm here, I would take that from you. But
It's up to you.
I'm efficient right now.
If he doesn't use it, I would take it, but I'm not gonna go to church. Not gonna do it.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna say Bones. No offense.
I mean, it is tall.
It'll take an hour.
All right. While that's happening,
Take
I'm
an hour.
going to. I'm gonna like try to get my feet as close to Bungo's as possible. Just try to size them up a little. Try to do like some heel to heel.
is
level.
there anything in here
Yeah,
that like what kind of room this is or whose room this was or anything? Or is it just a
It
gen-
would probably. You kind of had the feeling of a little bit like an altar, probably a paladine.
Okay.
Wait,
It
hold
seems
on.
odd though for what we know of sloths to be
Yeah. Oh yeah.
right.
Totally at odds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never mind.
Oh, you speak of
can't use
the
it.
Black Rose, a sorrowful, pitiful creature. Let's slay him. Before we leave.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, sword.
Yeah.
Fucking love this guy.
This is a great sword, right?
Mhm.
I can't use it. I misread my thing. I can't use it because
Let's-
it's two-handed.
Let's talk technicalities on that. All right, come on. Meta-wise, it's going for a pact, right?
Yeah.
And I think once one of you sexy Riz characters makes a pact, that maybe it could be a little bit more flexible in the same sense that how is Bungo going to have this giant greatsword? But like,
Strong.
once Bungo makes a pretty talk with this greatsword, I think he can do it. You know what I mean? And maybe it's more like one size fits all.
I mean, I'm all for seeing what happens.
Yeah.
Last time I touched the holy sword, it became an unholy sword. You know?
Oh my God! You got to tell me that story again, only slower.
I'm not
Oh.
telling it again.
Yeah. Up to you, totally up to you, Bones. You wanna keep it and carry it?
Hey.
That's fine.
I can't
Give it
use it. I can't use it. So
I technically can't use it either, but I'll take it and I'll kiss
But-
it. And make
yeah,
up.
I mean, if you can make a
You can
deal with
still,
it.
you can still equip it and attune to it, even though you're not proficient.
That's true. That's true.
And then maybe what happens afterwards, I don't know. Guys, I mean, look, I'm very sex positive, but I haven't tried everything.
I don't know how we transition the conversation.
I was messaging.
I'm constantly proud of myself. And that's all that matters. All right. So
So while
fuck
we're
off.
deciding this, what other rooms are there out of, or egresses
There's-
are there out of this room?
There was another,
Just one.
just
the
one on the
doorway,
opposite
right?
side, right?
Okay,
Mhm.
and we can search it. We'll obviously search this to make sure there's nothing else cool here, but it sounds
Yeah.
like it was pretty tore up before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the shattered silver pieces on the
It's just,
floor, and
it's
that's
just odd to me to find a room to Paladine in this, within these walls. You know, like, I know this guy's all about beating himself up for wrongdoings, or not even wrongdoings, just no luck, but it's just,
I'm getting a hint that maybe this isn't originally his castle, and potentially keep
Also,
something of your enemies closer than having it
Yeah.
further away.
Absolutely.
and
Drink for you
Paladine's
guys.
old gods. I mean, I don't have a great handle on it, but like, this is some old school mythology, you know? Not to discredit anything, I'm just saying that, like, I don't have a great handle on why or what would be where, or what types of individuals would be attracted to Paladine. I don't know.
Well, it's clearly locked away there, you know, maybe as a punishment or whatever. It wasn't being displayed, you know. So, all right. So the next door, check, make sure it's not trapped or anything like that. But it's
Yeah,
You guys going on? Who? And if you are, who's carrying Oathmaker? Or not carrying?
Bungo has it, I think.
all right. Let it be so. You want a +1 rapier, Noah?
No, I mean I've got a sword.
Okay.
I'll
Are you gonna
approach the
attempt it?
door and do the usual trap check.
I'm gonna tell it it's gonna be.
You don't notice any.
Seems pretty good. Check the lock. Is it locked?
No, none of these have been locked.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. Before we leave, Bungo, you should identify that so we can know what it does and if it's worth attuning to.
It's a loudmouth sword.
Yes, but
All right.
yeah, perhaps you're right. Perhaps you're
I
right.
know what you're saying. It's gonna be. Just give me a minute. Watch my
Yeah.
back for a minute while I
Yeah.
talk to this thing.
I'll watch yours.
Hey, Bloodmaker, what are you
I
doing?
would give my left nut to have a fucking talking knife.
I start identifying it ritual cast. Like this might tingle a little bit. Try to sit still.
Funny.
I'll
do you
check all
need?
the other doors for
You don't need
traps and
your
locks.
magics to know. I can tell you what I do. But go ahead if you need to. See if you can get
Well,
through.
You could tell me, and then I could verify.
strike
Very
true.
and trust.
Strong as the strongest, make you as strong as the strongest man. Heal your wounds. Make you braver than you could possibly imagine.
I mean, I'm already pretty strong. I don't know if you see these arms.
I'm already
But-
fucking hard.
Yeah. All right. I'm in. Let's do this. I'm in charge, though. I need you to know that.
Indeed. So out of game, you can attune to it, regardless, without making a deal with it. But he is offering that as well. So attuning to it, in theory, would allow you to use its powers and do all that stuff. Making a pact is a whole nother thing. So, just so you know, it's not like it's not like just because you attune, you are taking a pact with it. Because he didn't
Okay.
offer a pact to everybody. He just was like, I can make a deal.
What's the deal? I mean,
Well,
is
the
this
deal
something
would be
we
you
talked
wield
about?
me, you strike down evil, and in return I can grant you powers and gifts.
So I just have to kill people. I mean,
The
evil
bad
people.
guys.
The bad.
Not just kill, but help. Be an example.
Bungo, it sounds like it's an oath paladin. If from coming from my paladin background, it seems like that.
I mean,
Sounds much more similar to something else I've been involved in.
Hmm.
the
I've
killing right-
never heard of anything like this, but I'm telling you, you had me a talking fucking blade. Kiss it.
I mean, it sounds like I get benefits from this pack from making the deal, right? Like, what are the downsides of making a deal with you here?
There's no deal, no downside. If you're asking what I'm asking in return, it's not a downside, of course. It's the gift of doing right and goodly deeds. To be a good man again.
I don't know, Bungo. Do you want to be a goody goody? Do you want to be a goody goody?
I doubt the sword's power to steer this ship on that path once again. But if you want to put in some extra effort in this shitstorm that we find ourselves in, then I'll make that deal with you. I'll carry you around and beat undead to death and take things down. But I can't promise I'm going to be what you really want.
Well, unfortunately, that is what a pact is, a promise. So perhaps we are not. Perhaps it is not an appropriate deal then.
Can I walk on it for a minute?
Of course, we'll talk more on it.
Okay. All right.
Are you attuning to
Carry
it?
the sword. I'm gonna try to carry the sword.
Are you attuning to it or just carrying it?
I would attune, but that's a process, right?
Takes an hour. Yeah, that's why I'm asking if you guys are.
Yeah. So do I have to unattune to something now?
Yeah, I think you can do that instantly or within.
Yeah, it's like you can replace them.
So it's just, yeah, you could just take the hour basically, and it would replace one of
Okay. So
Do
I
it.
would
Do it.
then- I hate
We're just gonna
this.
keep watch.
Well, I would drop. I hate this ring of mind shielding.
I know.
And I have to take off the signet of Hammerfell then, which is like, I want to know what the sword's gonna do really before I take that off because it's like basically a ring of protection.
You did identify it, right?
No, it told me not to, or it gave me a hard time. I want to identify.
Done it anyway.
Finish it. Finish it.
It talked you out of it.
Identify it. So we can go kill something.
Right.
it. What?
He's
Well, I
identifying.
want to identify the sword.
Yeah. As you cast Identify, you realize that it is a sentient two-handed sword, and it's magical. That's all that you get from it.
Oh.
Ah! You think you could be that easy? Told you. Why would I lie? I don't lie.
Fine, I swear. I swear I'll be a good guy. I'll try to fight the baddies and stand up for peace and justice and the true and all that happy horse shit. Fine.
You want to
Just want to get out of here alive.
You want to make a pact then.
I mean, yeah,
Wants to be a
what's that
good
mean?
boy.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna carry you. I agree to try to be nice and good as much as I can, although I doubt it's gonna work. But you're heavy. But we can try.
That is what I wanted to hear. Draw your blood from your hand with my blade. The pact will be sworn.
Jeez. Someone help me hold this thing.
I will.
He's trying to fight to hold it too. I want to be involved.
Leaning against my leg.
Idiot swats me away.
As you cut your hand, all the blood as it comes out just sticks to the blade. None of it falls, as it all just, as it slowly runs down the blade, it hits the fuller in the center. You see, or you feel this kind of surge of kind of,
A lot of blood.
no, it's kind of almost like a heat, like a righteous heat, kind of erupts into you. So you're gonna instantly attune to it by doing that, or you don't have. Let me say this: this will be a good boon. You don't have to attune to it. Since you have a pact, you can use it power without attuning, freeing up your attunement slot. So
Nice. Hell yeah.
as
I
the
lose my
power
villain
opens. Well, yeah, oh yeah, you did have a villain point, didn't you? as,
I lose that.
The redemption arc. It was just really fast.
yeah, so as the power washes over you, you don't immediately feel as though all of your bad habits and tendencies go away, but you feel lighter. You feel much closer to how you felt before you got in this place. You were always kind of, you know, I wouldn't even use the word sketchy, but you were like, you know,
Rascal.
a rascal, yeah, but nothing like it's kind
A
of,
rapscallion.
and everybody has felt it. It just bears down on you, and it's changed some of you, and
Yeah.
but you do feel closer to that for sure. So it's a great sword +2. Special purpose is to defeat knights who have turned to evil. You are immune to fear.
Ooh. This is our Batman backup plan for Alana.
It does. It casts heal on the wielder 1 time a day.
Oh, heal.
Nice.
Your muscles and your chest and your arms and your legs begin to just ripple out as your strength is increased to 20.
Oh, it becomes He-Man. Let's go.
Bungo fucking draft.
Flash is
I
100%
knew it.
right.
I knew it.
100% right, Flash.
Here it comes! Yeah! No fear.
Oh,
That
my
is-
God.
By the power of gray balls.
By the power of Plant Paladine.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna
Nice.
tap I'm gonna tap Bungo on the shoulder and be like, yeah, welcome to the game, buddy. You can walk first now.
He's like, I'm
Is he still the
vascular.
same?
Yes.
Is
Is
it
he-
still
Feel
the
it
same
now.
height?
The
Is he
righteous
still-
glory.
Is he relatively still small?
Yeah, he's still the same height.
Okay.
He just looks like a little
He's
bodybuilder
back
now.
now.
Bungo, I don't know how I feel about this. You're too short to be.
You know what I think of is remember when Stewie on Family Guy got on steroids? You gotta be okay with it. He's walking around
Yeah.
bullying everybody.
Yes. This like
You're gonna sit down. You're gonna listen to my songs. You're gonna clap at the end.
So you do also feel like a binding, a connection to this sword, though, that is not something you know at this moment that you can get rid of. Like it's like a tether. So you've taken a pack, so your next level up will have to be in Warlock.
Who?
It will be a See, I was going back and forth. Celestial, what's the one that's make a deal with a weapon? What's that one's called?
Hexblade is the same one I am.
Oh, it's a
Hexblade.
Hexblade. So
Yeah.
it probably makes more sense maybe than for the Hexblade because it does say Shadowfell, but it also says like you've made it with a weapon. So
Yeah, it's
I don't
kind
know
of
if it's,
wishy-washy.
yeah. I should have had that plan. Let me.
I would have loved to take this, but it's so against everything in my build.
I mean, the idea is as long as you've got some Riz guys with it, and we had a slew of options for Riz folk to potentially take it, but it does not detract from, like, if you're thinking long term spellcasting, it barely detracts from your progression, even if you're only going to take one sync into this, and obviously it gives you the options to go 2-3 sync into this. Invocations alone for the coloring, and
I think it should be a paladin with divine weapon pact.
I actually like that better.
That should be
I like
it.
that a
Yeah,
lot.
I actually like that better. I was thinking about Paladin anyways.
I
Dude, you're
wrote
like
in the chat.
a
wrote
Still a
bard.
Warlock pack, but you're basically going to Paladin.
Yeah, Bardadin.
A bard pally. You are now like you just get people to join.
I actually like that. We have a little bit of time because you're not going to level up at this moment, but I actually do think the Paladin
We
might be a
should.
better option.
Yeah.
We can talk
You
about it
guys-
after section
Of
too.
that off air.
Yeah.
Custom class.
But you have made a pact with them. You feel it, and you feel lighter. You feel a bit more
Holy.
empathetic. Like that coldness is faded away slightly. Do you feel it? This is just the beginning, my friend. To the stars, our future lies.
Can I still hear the blade, or is it all in his head now?
No, he's speaking out loud still. This thing seems
Oh,
to
thank
like the sound of its own
Oh,
voice.
He's
pardon.
chauvinistic.
Um,
Well,
small note. Could you please make that thing talk as much as you want, please? Just for me.
So, as you guys, I'm assuming, are going up to the next door. As you get up to this one, the first thing you notice is it's the first different one. It is solid metal. It's a big metal door. Doesn't appear to have a lock on it, but it is different in that you can push it forward. It looks like, um, but it is all metal.
Well, if we're gonna push it, Gideon, we should probably get the strongest one here. Can you go get Bungo?
Yeah. Push it, little man.
Try it out.
all right, I'm gonna give it an old
And his
Bungo
voice gets
shoulder.
lower.
Yeah.
Eddie's gonna give it.
As you hit it, it flings open. As you were not used to your new found strength, as you give it your shoulder, I mean, it does slam open. As it slams, it echoes through. What you see in this room is it's just a
I think it was
hallway.
a regular door. Like, I think I could have opened it.
There's a hallway going down. At the far end, you see stairs going up. On one side of the hallway, there's a door. Well, it's not really a door. It's like well, it looks like a statue, actually, more like it. So what you see is it appears to be a dragon's head coming out of the side of the wall, but it's made of stone. It's got horns going up like the dragon frills. Its mouth is open. But as you peer in, you see that it's actually a door within its mouth, right? So it's a bas relief, like it's coming out of the wall. This statue, this face, and you see it's a door going through. And then you could keep walking, and there's the stairs on the other side, and that's all that you see at this floor.
Regular size door?
Yeah,
Like
so as you get a little
nothing
closer, you don't have to
grand?
get right next to it, but you look, you're 20 feet away from it. You look and you see, yeah, it's like a 10 or a 5 foot wide. You go, yeah, all the way to the ceiling, probably. Well, all the way to the ceiling, like 10 foot. Now, as you peer in there, you see there is a door, like a metal door on the inside. It's all dark, in the recess of the dragon's mouth. What you notice is there is a locking mechanism, and you realize that you have to stick your hands through the nostrils of the dragon to reach the lock. There is a lock.
Wow.
This room seems important.
All right, so I'll definitely point that out to everyone. Obviously, I'm full alert on traps. I'd like to think that when we're in scenarios like this, I ride side by side with someone up front. I don't know who that is anymore, but
On your shoulder, probably.
okay, yeah, excellent. All right, so we've zeroed in on these nostril locks. Something tells me it's got to be simultaneous, right? Like both at the same time in order to get the tumblers going.
You definitely would have to use both hands at the same time to pick this lock. Yeah.
Can your demon do it?
His arms probably wouldn't reach.
Can my arms reach if I can get up
Yeah.
there?
Oh yeah.
What's
Yeah,
it gonna take? Like someone's got to lift me up, or is it?
No,
like,
you could just
what?
it's like, so you have to duck under the mouth, so it's only like 5 foot
Oh.
probably. The door behind the mouth is open, but you could reach your hand up through the nostrils.
All right, this seems totally safe, and I've already checked it for traps. So I guess I'm gonna stick.
Give
my
me
two-
a what's your passive perception?
24.
So there's definitely the floor underneath looks like it opens up, could open up. There's a small seam you notice. So there is a trap of some sort. You don't know, you can't tell how it's sprung, but it definitely looks like in some like floor beneath you could open up.
Is there any way to avoid standing on it while I manipulate the trap, or is that just part of the gig?
You could try to spread. You don't know how wide it'll open. You could try to spread your legs, but you
Can
know.
I pick him
Otherwise,
up?
it's not that great.
Can I like pick him up by the
Yeah.
waist?
And
I
you're
was thinking that, or the old rope sash trick. You know, like let's just tie me up by the way. Gideon, you hold it, stand a few feet back, and I'm gonna start working these nostrils. You know, I think
So what
a
are you
little
doing?
bit of finesse.
You're picking it, and you're doing what? You said he's standing a few feet away from you.
Oh, and we're gonna tie me off with some rope, and then he's gonna stand a few feet away and just hold on to me.
Is there like a beam to toss some rope around to use like as an anchor?
No, there's no beam.
No.
That you can see. It's just.
Oh wait, hold on. I might have
I have a
something.
block
I bought a
and
bunch of
tackle.
random stuff.
I didn't
Me
want to
too.
get too complicated.
Like I say, I have block and tackle as well.
Good.
I'm not fly it up to the ceiling and try and do something up there. If there's
Yeah,
anything
but
up there.
Look, honestly, what do I weigh? $170. Come on.
Yeah.
Gideon can hold me.
Yeah.
Tie me off at the waist. Hold it pretty taut, just in case.
Yep.
And
So you're lifting him up, or are you holding the rope?
I think he's holding me with the rope.
Yeah.
I don't want him
Gotcha.
standing too close.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
All right. Well then, let's pick these locks.
Can I get a sleight of hand as your hands go up and you can
Oh,
find the lock with both?
that you can.
Do we want to take
Or
a break
thieves-
this session?
I'm sorry, or if you're proficient in thieves tools. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Yeah.
You want to take a break this session?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's we'll just do
Let's
this.
finish
real quick.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, let's. All right, I just rolled sleight of hand 24. I suspect my thieves' tools is a similar.
Yeah, so with that you hear a clicking sound, and as you do, you realize it's a complicated lock at that point, that there are 2 more combinations you have to get through. And as that happens, you feel these like manacles cinch onto your hands. And as it does, the door opens up and you see a flame spurts forward, and as it does, the fire erupts around you, and as it does, the floor drops out from underneath you. So I need you to make a
just
dexterity
hanging there
save.
getting roasted.
A dexterity save with disadvantage because you are latched in there.
Yeah, why not?
Arms gonna pop
Fuck,
out.
I don't have anything for you, dude.
We're
I wish
getting
I had as
greedy.
well. Well, you know, who knows? The
Yeah.
big dragon door seems like the right way to go.
Look, I got an 18, and I've technically got uncanny dodge. I gotta check and see if I can use that if I have a disadvantage, though.
I think it's only for an attack, not a save.
Really? I thought it was. What's the other one?
Uncanny
then?
dodge.
Evasion.
The other one's
Oh,
evasion, which you might have as
Evasion.
well because your level is 7.
I don't think I have evasion yet, but I'll check.
I think you
So
should.
you-
Level 7, right?
Yeah.
You should have it then. If you're
I
full roll.
do. I do have evasion. All right, sorry. So I forget what the fuck I just said.
18. I think.
18. Yeah, 18.
So you, with the disadvantage, you roll 18.
Yes, sir.
So you can. Yeah. So I don't know if you can use evasion because it says you nimbly dodge out of the way of an area of effect if you are restrained, basically,
Ye-
or grappled. Is a better
Use-
way of thinking of it.
Use
right?
your
Like
use
you're
your
grappled.
your core and move your body out of the
And he
way.
like jumps up with his arms still attached in the
Okay.
nostrils, and then
Yeah,
it
but the
does
floor
say-
gave out on him as well.
You can't use this feature if you have the incapacitated condition.
you're not incapacitated though, right?
It still has to make. It has to make logical sense. So
No, yeah.
Damon, I'm not gonna fight you on this. I side with you. I'm fucking locked in by the wrist. with no floor to move around on. I mean, I could probably whip around with my elbow.
Okay,
You
so
know,
23 fire, so you take half, which is 11. But as the floor opens up, your feet drop into what appears to be this pool of acid. I need you to
Ooh.
make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Feather fall wouldn't help him at all. Just slows the
No,
rate.
yeah, it was like, it's just he's
It's just
still
like
half
twisting
out
Can
him.
I
of it. Yeah,
can
his
I try
feet
to
are just in
pull him
acid
out
and
of that
fire.
after seeing that?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
all happening at the
right,
exact same
right,
time.
yeah.
that's a 7 con.
Okay, so you take 16. Ooh, that's good. 16 acid damage. Um, and I need everybody. No, it's not everybody. So yeah, so as that happened, you can yank him out of the acid,
Yep.
and he's sideways, but his arms are still trapped where they are. As you rip him up, you realize that the flame it sucks back in as he pulls him out. He's like, ah! The flame kind of flames up like it's gonna go again, and you realize you have two more. I don't know. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna ask I'm gonna
Um,
ask everybody, but what are you doing, Ren?
First of all, do I see? No, sorry. You said Ren.
No, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
No, yeah.
I mean, what the fuck can I do? I have both my hands are locked, right?
Yeah.
Or
Are you
just
trying
one?
to finish the lock, or are you trying something
Yeah.
else? Is a better question.
I guess I gotta try to keep finishing the lock.
Okay, give me another
That's
sleight of
the
hand or a thieves tools.
that is the only thing I can do, I guess. Oh fuck yeah. 27?
You hear that click again as the fire starts to. All right. Noah, what do you want to do?
Sorry, I just wanted to see if I saw anything through the door because you said the door opened up and the fire came out. Can I see anything in the room?
No. So it appears to just be like the first door opens. It's just like a small little spout coming out. So you
Oh,
can't.
got it.
It
Okay,
doesn't
so
actually
it's
open
like
up into.
multiple
Yep.
layers of. Okay.
Anybody like to do anything? You have like a round. Like if you want to.
I'm just trying to I'm trying to hold him up like in place so he doesn't go back into the acid.
Into the acid?
Yep.
Okay. Alana?
I'm gonna go up and she's gonna have a moment of I don't want to do this, and she's gonna like help hold Ren. She's gonna get in between him and the source of the fire and hold his chest up to get his hands a little bit easier to do the thing, and she's gonna try to take the majority of the fire.
Okay.
Don't get any
Bungo,
ideas. I'm
you
helping.
do anything?
Um,
But like with my perception, I can feel the difference of like
Oh yeah,
her.
yeah. She stepped in and lifted you up, and it took that weight off your shoulders, which are obviously hurting as you're being pulled in one direction to stay out. Yeah.
I'll just cast guidance on him with Memnock and just whisper, "You got this. Come on."
Okay. Bungo.
If I go up and bamf him out of there, will his arms come with him, or will they be left in the statue?
And they should cover with him. Yeah.
Leave me. Let me finish.
All right, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him at first level.
Okay.
All right, how bad were you hurt? How bad are you hurt right now? Might do it at a higher level.
Badish, but don't do it at a higher level. I'm not as tough as you think I am. But it's bad.
You know what? I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds with the mandolin,
Nice.
which is a that does it at level 3. I believe.
Okay. Roll 3d8 plus whatever it is. I forget what the plus.
Charisma. I think.
5, 6, and a 2. So that's 13 plus my charisma modifier.
Yeah.
So that's 16 points.
Ooh, excellent.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you've clipped the second. Alana's come up and helped you. Bungo, you didn't have to go up and touch him to do it, which is good for you as you cast the spell from your mandolin. And as that all is happening, you get the guidance cast on you by Mimnock. You hear the fire comes erupting. So you're already. This is going to give you resistance. So I need Ren to make a dexterity save. He's not at disadvantage, and Alana to make a dex save at disadvantage because you're basically standing there to hold him up.
I nat one it for 7.
Okay, so but you add resistance to it because she's standing. Damn, I rolled almost max.
No, fuck
So
me.
I-
Well,
I
Bungo,
rolled a
thank
16
you.
and a 17, so it's technically a 17.
Bungo,
So
thank you for saving my
or-
life last round.
29, but you both take 14 instead because he has resistance because you're covering him, and you made your save. So as the fire just, you both kind of heat up as the fire's, just brutal, and Bren's trying to get that last, try to concentrate on the fine tumblers you need to. It's a moment of like mastered concentration if you can do it. So go ahead and make your last roll.
Don't forget your guidance. I'm nervous for you.
Hold up that finger.
You roll.
Sorry, 26 plus
Yeah,
6.
so-
I didn't even need the guidance, but I wanted it for the
Yeah.
sake of it. So it's
So
what,
you hear
32?
the last one click as
Yeah.
the fire starts to, it's about to billow out again. Is this all happening in seconds before it just, and as it does, you feel your arms unlock, the floor closes, kind of slam to the ground because you're held sideways a little bit. You hit the ground, and as the back door opens up, you see a room beyond just littered with gold and silver, mountains of it. And you see there's things, and in the center, on top of the gold, on a pedestal, is what appears to be a giant green orb. And we'll take our break.
Ooh boy. All
Or,
right.
it's a giant blue orb. Sorry.
Okay, blue orb. All right, we'll be right back. One into our good. Screens are back
Check.
on. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right.
Yep.
Well, we are back, and you guys have opened up this deadly trap. Real quick, I'm gonna take a step back. I should have said this before we started, probably. I was thinking about the evasion thing. So, because saw in, hold on, we got to talk about it real quick. So I saw in the chat, you're like, he'll dash or snuff that dimension door idea. I would not have. That would have absolutely taken you out, right? Like if there's a reason for it. I don't
Well,
want you to feel like I'm just gonna snuff stuff. Like I
but
feel like
here's
there
the
has.
thing.
Real
How
quick, let
does
me finish my point about the evasion, and then I'll give you. So, by the rules as written, if you were hanging on a wall, uh, shackled with your hands and your legs to a wall, you are not incapacitated, correct?
Yeah.
So you get a saving throw or an evasion for that. If that doesn't apply, then I gotta say so. Anyways, and that's also for anybody watching. I
Yeah.
what
try to
I
be
was
fair,
gonna say
firm but
is
fair DM. And I have reasoning behind.
what I was gonna say in your defense, and this is why I feel like you would have snuffed it because
No, it was good. That would have worked. But then you would have.
Hear me
You're
out,
right.
hear me
You would
out,
have
hear me out.
reset. You would have had to. You either had to go past the door
No, I would have had to
or
do.
start over. So I
Yeah,
think that's
of
the.
course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
hear me out. Hear me out. Dimension door. How does it fundamentally work? He opens a door and then he takes the person
It does
through.
say that, and I might have read the thing. And
It's like if
might
I'm
have
like
Yeah.
used
stuck,
that.
I'm stuck by my wrist. Like what
If the word
happens
as
then?
written on the spell had said that,
What?
then I might. I
I don't know
might
how
not.
it's
And
written, but that's a good point.
so
At least
that's all I'm
flavor
saying.
wise, that's how it's always described.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if
Okay.
mechanically it's not how it works, that
Yeah.
would have been a bit of an
So
extra.
that's a good point. All right, you're right. That's funny. You guys are the door opens and standing before you is this mountain of gold and things. You see a couple suits of armor and a blue orb that is sitting on a pedestal on the gold. Like it's the pedestal's kind of dug into the gold
Um,
with this thing.
I'm gonna cast detect magic again.
Okay.
This is my first spell slot actually being used because I have a free use.
So
of it.
you immediately see things glowing. As you get close, you have to walk within
I'm
them. So
looking
you
at that. Or yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the orb though. That seems like the most intriguing thing. I acknowledge everything else, but I'm really focused on the orb.
the orb, it glows, yeah, brilliantly, like yeah, it's blinding light. You see some other things too. It depends on what you're doing. If you're gonna spend the time just kind of scanning the area, walking around, or if you're just gonna.
I'll spend the. I want to look. I want to get a good. Like get up to the orb and get a good look at it and look at what magic types it is, but I won't spend too long on it, and then I'll move on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to be doing a little bit more than my general passive perception, but I'd like to be glancing around. I'm particularly looking for written materials, things that I can consume.
So, the things that stick out that you'd see no matter what, glowing, even if you weren't really looking, is
Yep.
a suit of plate mail. Again, it's in that style of this Salamnic style. Studded leather armor is glowing. There's a suit
Ooh.
of chainmail laying in there that is glowing. It seems to be old-fashioned, like big rivets. There's a mace that's sticking up out of the it's a bronze mace.
Okay.
And that well, and there's also a up by the orb. There's a staff, black,
Okay.
like a black wooden staff. Um,
Okay.
yep, and probably 40,000 gold pieces,
Oh.
like a mountain
Okay.
of it.
I'm gonna watch her six. That's
Yeah.
what I'm
So
gonna
what's
do.
the magic types on the orb?
So it has, as you get close enough, 30 feet, whatever, you really
Yep.
look at it, you see it, it's got this kind of swirling uh, look to it or countenance to it. Is kind of little tiny crackles of electricity shoot around it ever so slightly. If you look on roll 20, I'll show you.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that was exactly what I was imagining. That's awesome. Okay. Does it look like
You're
something I've seen?
Oathmaker, my by Paladine's grace. That's an orb of dragon kind.
Guys, I think that's an orb of dragon kind.
Do I know what that is?
Do you fools know what you've stumbled upon?
Nope.
Green as well.
Oh,
Bungo, that is a foul thing that sits there. Powerful and foul. I say, leave it in this cursed land.
Should we
Let it die
attempt
with
to
sloth.
destroy it?
Huh! It would take more than you and me, unfortunately. Perhaps wielded in the proper hands. No offense, my young friend. No.
So what's it do? What's it do there, Breaker?
It takes sway over man's mind. But if the will is strong enough, the mind is strong enough, some say that it can. I know what it can do. Some say it has the power over any dragon of that color, and can even supposedly be used to summon all evil dragons with a certain radius. There's other
I think
powers that go along with it, but I tell you, it corrupts the mind. You think
Lana's
you'll
over
be in
there
control,
looking
you
about.
won't be.
So I touch it.
There's
I'm,
one for every color, chromatic and the metallic.
does it look like something that I can like pick up? Like it looks
Oh, yeah, yeah,
visible
it looks
there?
like it's moving around, but yeah, you think that it looks it has heft to it. You know that look of like, no, I think even though it's moving, I think I could pick it up.
Pick it up.
As you approach, Ghostmakers, be wary. It's a
don't know what it.
grave, dangerous thing you do.
I mean, do you want to touch it? Or am I gonna touch it? Because I kind of want to touch it.
I'm not. I kind of pull it away.
You grab it.
Yeah.
He touched it.
As soon as you grab it, you feel this kind of electrical surge pour around you. I need you to make a. Actually, so what you picture in your head, you don't have to make anything actually. What you see in your head is this: your eyes go white, and you see this. You're in this dark, misty area, formless, and you hear a shadow coming from the ever faint light that just kind of filters through this voidless area you're in. This massive claw, green or blue scales ripple up as its giant, massive form steps forward. Its head twice the size of you as it comes down. As it opens its mouth, electricity shoots from tooth to tooth. A vessel I found. You serve me now.
I serve others greater.
There is none greater. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
Not to touch it.
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
Is there anything I can do? Can I? We probably can't.
You
No
don't
time to
see. You just
fire
see
now.
him going, like he's standing there, and he's like,
Oh,
yeah, he's clearly a little distressed. So I'll give you that. Like his eyes have rolled back, and he's.
Can Ren and Memnock just be like scooping gold into the bag?
Yeah.
18.
Um.
14 plus 4.
whew.
I know it's like right on the edge where I'm like, maybe.
So you feel this kind of shudder of awe at this thing, but you don't feel compelled in any way to respond to him as he yells, "There are none."
Am I able to move my physical body?
No, you
Okay.
feel like you're there. Yeah,
Okay.
this is happening in like, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's just standing there. It's towering over you. I mean, this is the ancient dragon size. You would think the biggest, just massive as it towers over you. Electricity kind of jolting around it. Perhaps then you may be worth my time. I offer benefits.
Like healthcare.
He was thinking that.
You could say that.
Healthcare plan.
I could
What
cure
do you
your
offer?
wounds,
It's a good
cure your
401k.
wounds. I could ward death. Yes. I could be of help to you. Perhaps you could be of help to me.
Yes, I think you can certainly be of help to me and my
Since my brethren
higher
nearby,
ups.
there is another. Summon him to you. He's a great ally. With me and his shadow, your goals can be achieved. And you kind of shake your head out, and you're holding this orb in your hand. It does require attunement if you're going to try to use it. But you kind of stumble out of it. That took about maybe 10 seconds as you guys, it took you a second to see him, and then you were going running up to Bones to see what's happening. But he kind of snaps out of it as he's holding this blue orb. Perhaps
So
your
what
will
happened?
is stronger than I gave you credit for, you hear Oathmaker say.
I'll turn to the group. Should I use it?
What happened?
I spoke with it.
Mm-hmm.
With the glowing ball?
What?
With the glowing ball?
Well, with the dragon. That's
there was-
in
oh.
in it. I don't know.
Yes, you hear Oathmaker say. Trapped within each one is one of the ancients, one of the old ones.
Can I? It tried to possess me.
I have no doubt it did. I'm surprised you have your mind still.
Will it
Perhaps
try again, or
don't.
will it try again, or?
That is, perhaps, though it would only do so if, perhaps if you're sorely injured or some other vantage. But otherwise, you appear to have dominated the orb.
How about
There have
this?
been many before you, though, who have tried to wield that power.
See, Bones is kind of like shook up a little bit. I can feel the power this thing has, but the danger as well. So perhaps I just use it for now, and then when we're done with this, we
Of course,
be rid of it.
yes. When you're done here, yeah, then you'll get rid of it.
Can I vibe check that?
No, I just it's clear Oathmaker's like, yeah,
Others like,
heard
yeah,
that.
fuck
Yeah,
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 sure,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I hope that you relinquish that power. Of course, you'll only use it for good, to help.
Yes.
Can I
Can I vibe check
communicate
that as well?
telepathically with Oathmaker, or is it just
Yes. You could, well, yes. There's an opening there.
Okay. I'll
Kind
just
of a
let him know
break.
that I'll keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on the situation.
Okay. Well, for now, I'll just put it in the bag. I'll put it in
You
the bag of
also,
holding.
okay. Also with um, Oathmaker, like, you guys, do you feel there's a will? Both of you have a will, and like nobody's tried to overstep that bounds. not every sword can, right? Like, but you feel like an opposing force, Bungo. So, meaning neither one of you tried to dominate or like take control of the other.
But you could. You
No,
could try.
so at a game you can attune to it, and as of right now, you can't be, uh, for a while at least you can't be.
All right. So, what else? We have other items in here. We have a staff, a mace, a suit of plate mail.
I'm gonna go over to the staff, and then I'm gonna like get Bones' attention. Bones, if you're not distracted, what
Yeah,
is
sorry.
this? What does this look like?
I don't know.
Evocation, powerful evocation.
Uh, evocation.
Okay.
Fire, ice, explosions.
I can
I'll pick it up.
identify anything you guys want.
I'm gonna pick up that staff, the black one.
Yeah.
It's got a charge to it. It almost feels humming in your hand.
Okay. Okay.
I'll take a second to identify the mace, and like, if we're gonna stand here for a couple minutes, I'll identify the mace and each of the items, the armor, and the staff. The staff priority to the staff.
I'll bring it over to you.
Yeah. It's a ritual cast.
Okay. So you're doing the staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to send you a few things, Bones.
Okay. I looked it up and was reading it. I'm not
Yeah.
attuning to it yet, but
So
I assumed
this
it was an
staff-
item I probably needed to do a lot of reading on. So
Yeah, yeah.
Bones starts getting scales on his chest.
This staff, you can identify. You've heard of one. You've heard of them before. They're very rare. This staff can command thunder and lightning. When you hit a target with a melee attack using the staff, you can cause the target to take an extra 2d6 lightning. Each of these can be used once, and then it can't be used again until the next dawn. That's lightning. Thunder, when you hit with a melee attack with the staff, you can cause the staff to emit a crack of thunder audible in 300 feet. It makes them become stunned. DC 17 is pretty fucking good. You can use an action to cause a bolt of lightning to leap from the staff tip in a line that's 5 feet wide and 120 feet long. Each creature in that must make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw, taking 9d6 lightning damage, and then thunderclap, which is like a thunder damage and deafen thing.
Now you're talking.
Great. And Damien, thank
nice.
you.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
you guys got a heart. You guys fucking fight a lot, and yeah, there's big rewards and very dangerous fights.
That's how Damien rolls. I'm starting to get
But you're gonna
used to
need
it.
this stuff. Also, I feel like use your guys' stuff. Not necessarily spells. I mean, like, I'm not trying to tell you to not use your spell slots how you want, but like, you can use items. It'll save your life. You guys are getting them. Staff of Thunder and Lightning. So it requires a 2 minutes. Very rare. The mace is a mace +2. The chainmail is chainmail +2. The studded leather is studded leather +2. The plate mail is
Anyone
plate
mind if
mail
I take it?
+1. And you also find a few other items. So you find a ring, pack, or a little carrying quiver of bolts. They're carved. The head's carved into the face of, like, the point is like a dragon. And a necklace. The bolts are so the ring is a ring of featherfall if you're going to cast it again. Yeah. Bolts are bolts +3. There's 8 of them.
Ooh, Ren.
And then a necklace of memory enhancement.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and guess that the mace and we probably can't even carry the plate mail, but the mace goes in the bag of holding, I'm guessing.
The necklace of memory enhancement, you become immune to all forms of memory loss, whether due to magical or natural causes, like a forget spell.
Is it
You
required?
also, it also grants you keen mind feat. So that is
I
what
already
the
have
necklace.
Well, this is a lot of stuff in here. Do we want to take time to reorganize our things? I mean, I know we were just gonna do that with the Oathmaker, but now, well,
I mean,
we're here.
If we have a moment and the door's gonna stay open.
I say we do.
I'm gonna let you guys talk about this. Sorry, I'm getting some dog food dropped off for everyone.
No problem.
You're good. Okay.
Staff
I
is
need to-
going
I-
back here.
Can I have that studded leather?
Yes.
No one else wants it. I'm
The
assuming
what? Studded leather?
studded leather.
Well, Bungo might now with his now he's got a melee weapon.
Well, I mean, there's also chain, and there's also the plate. But Gideon, the plate would be perfect for him, but I don't think Gideon likes plate.
I have plate.
You like plate, Gideon?
Oh,
What's your plate now? You got that other one, right?
I
That
got
new
the
one.
armor of force resistance.
Yeah.
probably better than plate +1, isn't it?
It is plate +1, I think.
Yeah. So either
I've
way,
I'm
either
good
way,
too,
that's
like-
going in the bag.
You know, I was
Yeah.
thinking I carry around these hand axes, and I don't really need them anymore because I got this javelin.
True.
And I'm a pole
Who
arm,
wants that
so I don't
staff?
have.
The what?
The staff.
Alana wanted that.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, cool. You're muted.
No, I was just thinking of Alana. She's like, yeah, I got it. She's like in the corner. Oh, this staff?
Is the ring of featherfall required attunement, you think? Or someone else should take that, because I can
Oh,
cast
yeah.
that spell as a reaction, so I don't need it. But someone else should take that.
It does require attunement.
It
And
does.
You just always, yeah, you always descend at that same rate, yeah.
So I think I'm good then with what I got.
I'm gonna tune to the orb.
Can we bag the rest? And if so, is someone writing this down? Because I'm not.
How much gold can we fit in the space with all this? That's the question.
That is a great question.
The bag's already full of gold, right?
I thought we spent a bunch of it.
Oh, we did spend a good amount. That's right. Yeah, because we only have 1,599. So I guess we do have some more room.
Oh, actually, we didn't spend that much because we had Syndril steal it all for us.
Yeah, but
We
still,
spent some.
we haven't packed it yet. Is what I think we're getting at.
The necklace of memory enhancement, is that required attunement? I can't find it on D&D Beyond. But
Yes. Yeah.
okay. And Jeff, the studded leather, I have leather armor +2, so does the studded leather tick up like regular leather?
Yeah, it's one more than yours, I suspect.
Okay.
But it puts me at 17.
Okay. Is chainmail considered medium or light?
I think it's medium.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
You ever put on chainmail?
Yeah, got good point.
Heavy.
I would be
Not
more.
that heavy.
I would be more interested
What's it
in the
on?
chainmail than the plate, just because Gideon's background, like his stats.
Chainmail hangs on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Whereas plate mail, yes, it's heavier, but it's meant to kind of sit on itself in some ways. So it's actually probably lighter, if not feel lighter at least. Chainmail sucks.
In terms of once it's on you, I don't feel like it's as heavy. Although it is when you start running up a hill and you're like, oh shit, my thighs.
Man,
Yeah.
But Bungo, if you want to discuss the studded leather +2 that I'm wearing now versus yours, we can talk about that later, especially if you're going to be frontlining.
Oh, you have. What are you wearing now?
Well, I took the studded leather +2.
Oh, yeah. No, go for it. And then
Okay.
you took the bolts as well.
I did take the bolts. Yeah, I wrote the bolts down as well. There was 8 of them.
Yeah. Like 8 plus 3 bolts. And I wrote down these other things that we got the plate, the mace, the chainmail, the ring, and the necklace that we can toss in the bag of holding. I guess I would just dump out whatever gold.
Oh no, we got to figure out how much gold we're fitting in there with all this gear. We gotta. I mean, Memnock and Ren have just been playing scoop and scoop like it's a sand pit. Like we're in our own little sandbox, and we are scooping into this bucket.
Okay.
And yes, Damien, I am sorry for putting you in this situation.
what's that? What situation?
Oh, Memnock and I have been scooping gold remnants and all of that into the bag while we're putting everything else in. And I'm wondering how much we could get away with.
Wait, what was the thing that gave the keen mind?
That was the necklace. And I already have keen mind, so I advise someone else to wear it. Oh, give it to Gideon. How funny would that be?
I'm good.
So anyone could take this and it would replace their ring of mind shielding. So it serves that purpose, and you get the +1 bump to intelligence. So Andy, that might help your guy with a casting thing or something you were saying earlier.
No, because
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah, it gives a plus to your intelligence, you said?
Yeah, it's a +1.
Yeah, definitely, Andy. Yeah.
I don't
You should
want to
All
be.
my casting is charisma based, so
Yeah. And it still keeps you protected like the mind shielding room does.
Yeah.
100%.
so you don't have to worry about.
I mean, it's not going to do anything to my DC.
It could help save. Maybe. Not if it's
does it-
odd.
Does it just yeah, I was gonna say,
I
does
don't
it
know,
just
man.
increase the
Alana
numbers
went
by
through
one?
all that hard work to get us these, and I just don't want to throw away a piece of fine jewelry.
Nice. I'm gonna give Gideon like a good like shoulder bump, like yeah, brother.
Well, I'm not
We're
letting it
taking the
go to
bolt.
waste. If anyone else take it.
No,
But
you
if
should.
no
You
one
should
cares,
take
I
it.
will take it.
You should definitely take it. I'm good.
I'm the only one that shouldn't take it.
What's so like? It will help me. It'll bump my intelligence from an 11 to a 12. So it'll give me a +1.
You take it then.
You
do
should
it on scale
definitely take it then.
No, I would just go to 11.
If you're on an odd number with intelligence, this is
Yep.
how we take
All right.
advantage.
I'm taking it.
Excellent. I love you. Kiss me. Come here. Todd, come here.
You guys are so weird.
Oh,
I'm just.
Damien, are you watching me? You
Staring
pervert.
intently. Seeing it all.
Alright.
Here's
Alright.
day. Looking right at it.
Let's clear clear out. Let's clear out of this room.
A mage hand that
I
goes over to Ren's face and just goes,
so we did a bunch of attuning. Is that right?
Ah.
Yep.
Oh, you're here too?
If we were attuning to things, then I would have attuned to the orb.
Yeah, I assumed because somebody was doing that. I think you were doing the orb and someone else was doing. Then anybody who could definitely spend that time attuning to something.
I've mostly been pacing, but
So the
Can
ring
I
of the
go-
ram is there if anyone wants it.
can I go through Bungo's bags and I want to God, don't say Indian give. I want to take back the book that I let him borrow. It was called Thieves Can't or Can They? And I'm going to replace it with I'm going to replace it with the Spectre of the Black Rose. I'm going to pop that back into his gear, and then I'm going to give the Thieves Can't or Can They to Bones. I'm going to say, hey, I think you might really like this. And Bungo's had it for like way too long. I didn't want to be weird about it, but
This
You know.
what is this? What is it?
it's a book. And so what you do is, you turn it. You
What's
should
it
read
about?
it.
I'll grab it. What's it about?
It's about communication in language, sometimes nonverbal, and I think you'll really enjoy it. And I gave Bungo something that's a little bit more on his level. It's gonna be great. He's gonna.
I understand.
Hey, you think it'd be possible for me to grab that mace? Can I? Is that something I could like sling on my back, sling on my hip or something?
Plus 2 mace on the hip. Hell yeah! Give me that extra
Dude,
plus
yeah,
2 weapon
totally.
hanging from my hip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
Even
my.
if he never uses it, he's got a +2 mace swinging around off his
It's
belt.
gonna save his life. He'll be hanging.
I'm gonna.
Blade
I'm
flew
gonna.
over a cliff.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take the
Old
mace.
Smasher.
And I'm going to take the 2 hand axes, and while we're doing this hour thing, I'm going to use my time to put my second magic bond onto the mace. So it is Thor's hammer. Thor's mace.
Nice. Yeah.
Right. Damien, do you want me to roll for the minor? And
No, those are
major?
what I sent you.
Oh! I did
Yeah.
not see you send me something. I apologize.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Plus 2 mace. Add 2 equipment.
What's the vibe here? We all just hanging out, playing with new toys?
No, we're good. After the hour, I don't think we should stay here too long. Those patrols, we've been
Yeah.
ahead of them, so if we're good, should keep moving.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
So as you guys leave this treasure trove, you get the sense that you're nearing the top. It is early morning, probably like 8, 9 o'clock. Because you guys had woken up around 4 or 5. So it's hard to tell though because there's no windows. But you make your way up, and as you go up as you're near the top, you feel it's definitely cooler up here. It's not freezing by any means, but it's like going into an old attic. You come up, there's a wooden door, iron bound, in front of you. As you get closer, you feel that kind of sense of sorrow, a little bit of dread in your stomach. Just that feeling you guys, everybody knows that feeling. As you stand at the door with the landing at the top near the
Bungo, you want to push this door open?
Any traps?
Getting a
I
bad
do not
feeling.
see any.
Is this it? Are we?
Go for it, guys. It's safe.
I don't know. My stomach tells me something's off. I mean, I'm not
I'll
afraid.
cat. I'll.
Wait, does Bungo need a Snickers? Look, I say we ready ourselves as best we can. We enter like gentle people, and then we deal with it. Who wants to go first? Gideon?
Yeah,
Would Gideon go first?
I'd like to go first.
All right. I would like to be close behind Gideon, but not like necessarily immediately behind Gideon. So,
I'll push, just gently open the door.
Doors, opens up into a circular room, kind of a dust and cobweb covered. In the center of this room, circular room, sits a heavy throne, carved from black veined marble, studded with blood red gems. The throne sits on a four-tiered dais. This room was once lavishly decorated, but now shows signs of severe fire and decay. Carpets are blackened, mold spotted. Elaborate carvings are charred wooden beams overhead are streaked with bat droppings. Huge chandeliers crash to the floor, the scattering shards of crystal and broken candles across the floor. The only objects in the room that seem in good repair are a series of four mirrors, two basically in the corners of the room. The mirrors are oval in shape and are about 6 feet high and 3 foot wide. Each is enclosed in a black iron frame wrought in the shape of intertwined roses. You can see the needle sharp thorns from where you're at. Seated on the throne is a knight in dull black plate armor. The knight's hands resting on the arms of the throne are little more than burned and blistered skin stretched tight over dry bones. His face, visible under a raised visor, is ghastly, burned, rotten, ruined. His eyes are closed, but a menacing orange light glows under his translucent eyelids. The knight's armor is of ancient make, a style that has not been seen in a long, long time. Mail and steel alike are covered with sooty streaks. The scent of smoke and char clings to both. The breastplate is embossed with almost an indiscernible pattern of a rose. One side of the symbol is melted as if blasted of heat. The figure is utterly still upon the throne except for its mouth, which forms silent words. The hands are as still as death and make no move towards the longsword lying across his lap.
all right. So I'm gonna whisper this to our group. So like, if we fuck up, he's gonna fight us, or even if we do the right thing, he might fight us still, right? Like,
Definitely hear you.
well,
So I'm gonna move you guys over, just
all
so you
I'm
can see.
saying is, can we take him?
You should have thought about this a long fucking time ago. And then I like kicked Bungo.
So
Yeah. Bungo, exactly. Bungo should have thought about this a long time ago. That's what I've been saying.
Where is he?
so as you guys are kind of, he's just sitting on that throne. I just did, but
No,
so
no,
as
yeah.
you guys are talking about that and stuff, you hear, kind of a whisper coming from really out of nowhere to your left as this thing materializes, as this appears to be a human wearing robes, though he's translucent and ghostly. His head is twisted at a 90-degree as if his neck has been broken. But his ghostly presence reveals his ethereal form, like he doesn't look physical, though his neck looks broken. Do not worry. He cannot hear you. He cannot hear anything. Thing comes up. You see, he's just a human. He's got a goatee with, hair, and it's under these kind of like, think of like pilgrims robes, travelers robes, not even pilgrims, just travelers robes. Nothing, his head turns. He can hear nothing.
Who are you, good sir?
I haven't spoken my name in a long time. I'm Caradoc, the former seneschal to Lord Soth.
We
Do I recognize the name, or is this new to me?
No, you guys should recognize that name. It's been spoken a few times.
Paradox, yeah. I feel like we've heard about it.
Yeah. Actually, from the story, he was his first seneschal. He also is the one who actually killed his first wife for on Soth's orders.
And just to be clear, I know I was making it all about a joke about swapping books, but Bungo, you now have a book that is about all of this. And despite your recent increase in physicality, you've still got the mind that I know of Bungo. And if you read this book, you'll learn a lot about the area we're in.
He's in a torpor. Go, look. Can't even.
Who is it?
He's less here than there. He's more gone than here.
Is that Lord
As you guys
Soth?
kind of look closer, it is. At least what he's become. You notice
How did
now,
he,
you could almost. It looks like your hand would go through it, as if he's not tangibly. He's lost.
how did this become of him?
Lost in his own regret and memories. Having fantasies, not memories, of past events. Those terrible deeds that brought him here.
Hmm.
Who are you, travelers? Why have you come?
My name is Gideon.
He's lying. We're looking to get home.
Oh. He looks over at Soth. There lies your only chance, for he is the land. As you can see, the land is falling apart, memories being lost. Every day he grows deeper and further in these fantasies. Come, I will show you. Perhaps we can help each other. So he floats over to the one of the mirrors. Come, look for yourself.
I'll approach.
Yeah, I'll be right behind Bungo, or
Love
side by
deed.
side.
So, one of them, as you approach, you see it's black, or like, just the reflection of you guys, and it's dark in the room. Excuse me. So so the first one, he says, look, and as you look through, you kind of look at it for a second, you see it starts to kind of shift and twist, and look, this is where he's at, lost in these mirrors. You see that there's a woodland scene. Sunlight dapples a forest of trees with pale green leaves suggests that it's spring. In the background, you hear the faint sound of a woman crying, the thud of horses' hooves. See, this is a memory, or at least his interpretation, his fantasy, twisted view of a memory. He was the cause of his wife, his lover's death, Beatrix. Though in this fantasy he comes to her rescue. As you see, he's twisted. He cannot see himself for what he is.
What is he?
Coward. Fool. Come, look.
How can,
Takes you to the second mirror. Um, you see, this one is sorry, I gotta find it.
Ren sticking like way over there.
So,
Like,
this you see that there's he shows you the yes, it starts to fade. The memory of him um saving um or attacking Palantheus with Kitiara. This is where she died, though, and he failed and watched the only woman he's really ever loved die. But of course, in his fantasy, he's saving her. As you can see, he's lost in these memories, these fantasies.
in that
And
one,
this is
do
what-
I see her dragon?
yeah, you see, she's riding a blue dragon. It is not that one.
Okay.
That one. Yeah,
That was
this
my
thing.
question.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, but it looks. I mean, the other one was just ancient. This one she's riding doesn't necessarily look ancient, but.
Okay.
I thought that entire thing was a euphemism.
She. So he turns to you. So if you wish to leave, you'll need his help, of course.
how can we
Be-
be of help?
And
These
Somebody's
are
got
his
to break him
memories.
of these. Somebody's got to break him of these fantasies. Pull him out of
and
these twisted memories.
you seem uh trustworthy to me. Just be honest, would he receive us well if we did break him of these?
I don't know if he's ever received anyone well,
Right.
but he can be reasoned with, though he is a harsh and hateful creature. He can be reasoned with if the reasoning is. But he is
The reasoning's what?
compelling. I mean, you would have to. I mean, he's an arrogant, powerful creature. So, um, but there are things that he needs that he cannot obtain. He might use you. Perhaps you have some use. He has to allow you to leave. I can only imagine. Or, yes, if he was to be destroyed, though, dangerous proposition. Perhaps is it even possible? But
I feel like if we show him who he really is, like if somehow we convince him of the reality as opposed to these memories, that he would be quite upset. But
he
there
is
might not be
trapped.
another
Whether or not
way.
he knows it, he is trapped now.
Yeah.
He cannot leave on his own free will. Too far lost.
What do you know about these mirrors, there, Seneschal?
They were a gift. He was tricked.
Mhm.
I believe the spirit of Kitiara still lives. He seeks her, hopes to free or possess her, really. Doesn't understand love.
Why do you help
But
us?
cannot. If he is no more, then I am no more. I've failed once again. I am bound to him. There is no leaving. I'm cursed to him. The moment he broke my neck, I was forever bound to him.
Is there any way someone else could take over that binding? At least you could come hang out with us or something? Is there? I mean, I don't know how these contracts work.
No, there's nothing that's going to separate me from him. But this existence now is terrible. And if you do need to pull him out, if you either way, no matter what your decision is, if you need to get out, fortunately, whether you try to speak to him or try to fight him,
If you're bound to him, will you attempt to stop us?
I can't do anything but speak.
Where is the
He's
spirit?
kept me nothing but a memory, really. Huh?
No, sorry, nothing but a memory.
Yeah. I'm nothing. I'm barely here. Just a reminder.
Bungo, you had a question.
Oh, you mentioned that you think Kitiara, or he thinks Kitiara still exists in some form. Um, would she be in these memories or in this castle somewhere, or like where would we find her?
That's a good question. He,
So
I
how
do
do we
not.
awaken him? We can't touch him, right? He's barely
No,
corporeal.
you would have to go into the memories. You have to somehow convince him or spoil his fantasy so that he sees the truth of it. I think if you did that for each of the memories, he would be returned whole.
Into the mirror?
Yes. They're 6 foot tall, 3 foot wide.
Well, I mean, some of us are bigger than others.
um, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I look directly.
gentlemen, it sounds like, and lady, it sounds like our task is to enter each of these memories into some form of pocket dimension or alternate space and raise hell for in turn and then deal with the end.
I mean, it seems like we have no other choice.
Either way, if we have to fight, according to the Seneschal, we have to fight him at the end, or we can talk to him at the end, but either way, he must be awoken.
Well, I think we came here for a conversation. We have to do what we have to do to even have a chance to talk to him. Whether or not it comes to a fight.
I didn't even think we'd get this far.
I know that too.
Who will follow me into a mirror? A man, Gideon.
That's it, Bungo.
All
Now
right, I'll
you
do it.
Carrot Dog. You see Carrot Dog goes, "Oh, you let that fool out. Call
Oh,
me
you
a
know
fool. You crooked ghost. He's
You
nothing but
gooseneck.
a faded mystery. Be gone." Ah, it annoys me. Carrot Dog says.
Any one of these better than the others for our first foray into the dream world?
I think
Yeah,
perhaps. Yes, I think perhaps. As he fell into the dreams in a certain way, perhaps we could try that at least. Because this one, the one that has like the grassy, grassy and tree covered like land, and you heard the woman scream and the sound of hoofs, the horse beats, whatever it is.
The grass kind of reminds me of home.
I'm gonna go up to Alana. Alana. Before we go in, I wish to try and use this, and I'll pull up the orb. But I'm afraid it's gonna try to overtake me again. Is there anything you could do to just give me a boost of some sort before I try and use it?
That's a good question.
Need to exert my will over it.
No, unfortunately, I don't have anything to help you out.
Just be ready, I suppose. I'm gonna try and use it to cast Death Ward on myself.
Okay. Yeah, you hold the orb, it glows, and there's some like electricity kind of ripples over your hands as there's a shimmering arcane light before it fades. Just keep track of the charges.
Thank you.
So, we're just supposed to walk into these mirrors? I mean, that seems kind of
Yes,
silly.
He says, well, I'm here to help, of course. I do have a little bit of insight. As you can see, in this is just a fantasy. He's the one who killed Beatrix, or at least had Beatrix killed. But in this fantasy, he's saving the Beatrix from an attack. If you could somehow prevent him, or maybe save her yourself, something to show him that he is not the hero. I think if he could see the truth of it, then he would break from this mirror.
Finally, something we might be good at, fellas.
We can definitely
I
tell him
believe
how
this
you
was
fought
an
that
I believe this was an ogre attack.
Ogre.
It's been a while.
Oh,
Gideon. Come here.
Like actual ogres or like the racial?
It's like the brutish creatures, foul goblinoid monstrosities.
Oh, so the racial slur.
No. No. Race of the creature. Racial slur.
All right.
Gideon.
What?
Come here.
Yeah.
Before we go in.
Goblinoid monstrosity might have been, but ogre.
Hey,
that's a great new personal
that's our
insult.
word.
Instead of ogre, you goblinoid monstrosity.
I feel like you deserve this, Gideon, for going down so much for us. I'll cast Death Ward on Gideon. When you go down, you'll come back.
That could have been used,
Well,
several
just
times.
got it.
Oh, okay.
You just got it.
Fair enough.
This
So,
orb.
Are you guys going to step into the first memory?
If everybody's in agreement,
I'm not going first, but we're going, right? Like we're going, but I'm not going first.
I'm gonna grab Ren.
We're gonna
Definitely going.
we're gonna call it here. I do want to say, so as you step through the mirror,
I'm gonna
you see
grab
in the
it.
sunlight,
I'm grabbing Ren.
grappled woods. There's pale green leaves with the smell of sap flowing. It just feels like early spring. Just in front of you, where you stepped out of, an oval of utter blackness hangs a few inches above the ground. It's 6 feet tall and about 3 feet wide and has no depth. To your right, through the trees, you can just make out a clear space where a road winds through the wood. From this direction comes the, you hear basically the sound of hoof beats as horses, and the creaks of a carriage coming towards the road, from the road. In the opposite direction, you hear a woman crying. A guttural voice breaks out in order, and and the crying abruptly stops. We'll end it there, and I'll reread that when we
Woohoo!
play again. But that's where we are.
Nope.
Fucking crazy.
Woo!
Good job, Damien. All right, yeah. So next Saturday, I'm gonna do my best to be present.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out. Oh shoot, I gotta.
That's
All right, that's perfect. Anyways, I gotta run out there. But yeah, we'll play next Saturday if everybody can. I'm down.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end the stream.